Are you scheduled in for pelvic organ prolapse surgery? So that would be where you have a bladder lift or maybe a hysterectomy or even a rectocele repair. It's really important to make sure that your pelvic floor going into surgery is at its best so that you continue to maintain the pelvic organ prolapse surgery, so the lift going forward. And what does that mean? Well, do you have other bladder habits that might not be the best to maintain that lovely new surgery and where everything is being sort of put back into place? So for instance, if you're not doing a Kegel when you're coughing or sneezing or lifting something heavy, or maybe you don't know how much load to lift after having your surgery. But if you do a Kegel, at least you're supporting those organs and keeping them from what's called the intra-abdominal pressures pushing down on them. So for instance, let's say you have to lift a child and the child might weigh 30 pounds. Well, you really ought to be careful those first few weeks, which the doctor, your OBGYN, your gynecologist should tell you some of the guidelines going into the surgery and then coming out of the surgery to make sure that you have the best outcome possible. But if you can come see a pelvic floor therapist and make sure that you have a good pelvic floor, you have good bladder strategies, you're not bearing down to have a poop, you're not lifting things too heavy, that you know how to do a Kegel before you load up your pelvic floor, and then you have a good program of Kegels going into the surgery to make sure you optimize your pelvic floor, and then knowing to do some Kegels and to safeguard your pelvic floor and your pelvic organs after having the surgery. So it's really important when you have your pelvic organ prolapse surgery to have the best support system around that surgery after you have had it done, so that you don't risk any descent or rupturing any of the stitches that have lifted you up at that time.